We're here with your favorite personalities asking questions that you have sent in.
Who do you think was the toughest player you've ever come across on the pitch?
Will they tell the truth? Who scored the winning goal in the 1996 AFCON final?
Oh, wow. You see that?
Or will they face the fire? Welcome to Truth by Fire. Tristan, brother.
What's happening,
Are
Lemmy?
you good, my brother?
I'm good, man.
Thank you for pulling up.
Of course.
Not many people will be willing to go eat something so spicy so early in the morning. Yeah, man, thanks for coming through. Welcome to Truth by Fire. We're just going to have a conversation about football, your career. Of course, we want to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
But in between that conversation, I'm going to ask you some trivia questions.
All right.
And if any question you get wrong, you have to jump into the fire.
You're setting
So
me up.
hopefully your football trivia knowledge is top notch.
We'll see. We'll see.
First of all, big times in world football.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
World Cup, biggest world football stage. You know, everybody wants to play in there, but the conversation here is around Bafana. What are your thoughts so far with Bafana's performance?
Yeah. Look, the first game was a big game. I think walking into 80,000 Mexicans in Azteca was difficult for them.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shock to the system. I think everything was building up to that game. You know, but again, the Cheche game, we saw composure. You know, you could see the fitness levels were there. We did well.
Yeah.
We competed. Tebza's goal, you know, took us through. And then obviously yesterday's game was, you know, a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Bit of a disappointment. You know, we controlled the game. South Korea game, we showed this exact same. You know, but all in all, been a good, good performance over the World Cup. Difficult, but good.
Is there anything you think we could have done different in this Canada game that could have secured us, you know, qualification to the next round?
Yeah, bro, I always say, like, I think a lot of people talk about South Africa's finishing, final third entries. It's like a common thing amongst coaches after games or post-match interviews. But again, just the aggression going forward, you know. I look at some of the other teams in the World Cup, when they get in their final third, you know, they finish. You know, they, you know, having chances on target, things like that. And I just feel like we don't, you know, we didn't have enough of that. You know, we would go, come back, go, come back, you know, instead of just going direct. So I think that's what we could have done better this World Cup,
I mean, you obviously have more experience than I do when it comes to football. Is that something that we focus on in local football? Do we have things like attacking coaches and, you know, are we investing enough in that kind of coaching in local football?
Yeah, I mean, I look at Majoro, I see what he's doing now at the moment
academy,
with his Strikers Academy. He's doing a very good job, and I see exactly what he's doing there. You know, I think we don't breed enough strikers like Benny and Sean back in the day. You know, where's our new generation of strikers? Yes, we have Lyle and we have, you know, Ikram and we have Mahopa as well, doing well. But again, South Africa used to be known for their strikers. You know, and we need that new generation of strikers to come about again. So again, it comes down to a development level, right? Or we have, you know, is the focus on, you know, technique, finishing, things like that? Are we having sessions according to that? So again, it's about development phase and getting that right with the strikers, bro.
I mean, speaking of development, just to touch on your personal, you spent some time in the Fulham Academy. And how was that?
How did you know that?
We do our research.
I know.
Tell us about that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Let me, bro. That was a life-changing experience. A really life-changing experience. I remember when I was in the UK, I was about 7 years old. I got scouted by Fulham. I was still a baby, man, playing in the UK. I grew up there, probably spent about 7-8 years of my life there. Went to Fulham, they picked me up, playing for a local club. Went to go train at Fulham, and all of a sudden you're in a Premier League structure. You know, you see the first team players playing in the Premier League. Yes, it was Fulham, but it's still Premier League. You know, as a young boy growing up in that environment, it was you know, life-changing. So again, just being in a Premier League setup as a young kid, we learned everything, you know, technical ability, you know, the proper way to train, you know, just, again, it's the best football education you could ever have in the world. You know, you can compare that to, you know, Barcelona academies of the world and all of that. So I think that's one of the blessings that I've had. A lot of people over my career, when I played, you know, they looked at, you know, my technical ability. And again, I say, Fulham is kind of where I learned my, schooling of football, my education.
Yeah.
And I think that was a great experience, one of the best experiences of my life, and I'm grateful for them. Yeah, bro.
Speaking of experiences, it's about that time.
Yeah.
We want you to experience some of this fire.
All right.
So we're going to ask you a trivia question.
Okay. What you gonna hit me with, bro?
I hope it's one of the toughest questions we've got.
All right.
Okay. So first question: who holds the record for most appearances or most caps for Bafana Bafana?
Oh, come on, it's easy, huh? Aaron Mokwena.
You know what? I think we must revisit these questions. Can you send me some more questions? He was so confident with the answer.
Skipper himself told me that 2 weeks ago.
No, nice, man.
All right.
So going back to, who Tristan Moses is.
Yes.
I think talk to us about that. We don't know too much about our local players, I think we, as a country and, media outlets in South Africa, I think we should be doing more to get to know the player. So I think this is an opportunity we'd like to take. Tell us more about who Tristan Moses is.
Yeah, let me, bro. For me, a lot of people might have first heard of me as the football player.
Yeah.
Tristan, the football player, and yes, I did make a name for myself there locally with Chiefs and with Sundowns as well. But again, I've always tried my best to strive to be more than an athlete. So whether that's my ventures outside of football with 21 Media, what we're doing there, changing things for African athletes, connecting them with commercial deals, even just on the media production side of things, and kind of changing the narrative for sports media, our South African and African athletes, and just even us just working with some of the athletes at the World Cup this year.
Yeah.
For me, that impact is good. Me, having the ability to run a business outside of football is important for me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of South African athletes, rely a lot on football. I've always said this in any interview I've done, Lemmy. You need to be multidimensional as an athlete in South Africa.
100%.
Worldwide as well. You look at Rio Ferdinand, he has shows like yours, Lemmy.
Yeah.
He does
Gary Neville's as
Gary
well.
Neville's, he does a whole lot of, other things off the pitch, and again, they're multidimensional.
Yeah.
And I've always tried my best to be that.
Yeah.
So nothing stops me from having a media business or doing things outside of football or partnering with, any kind of brand. So for me, that has always been the key for me, Lemmy. Yes, I've played football. I enjoy football. I love football. But to be impactful outside of football has always been important to me. And again, I want our South African players, our African athletes to be, respected worldwide, not just on a performance level, but also as individuals that, commercially are up there and people recognize.
I mean, we've seen stories of players that, look nothing like their former selves after they've left football because they hit rock bottom. But I mean, speaking of your time at Sundowns, how did that come about? And I'm sure there was a big move considering, the team that Sundowns is. Yeah,
well, Lemmy, that deal was something out of the blue.
Yeah.
I still get a lot of flack in 2026 about that move from Chiefs to Sundowns. Many people never understood the story. I'm not going to tell it today, but you can go and see other interviews. You guys will know why I moved. But again, I had a really successful season. In my team was Njabulo Blom, Siyange Zana, Ntia, Given Tiberi, Mshini Ngobo, all the boys. And we had such a successful season. We won the Multi-Choice Diski Challenge that year, or Multi-Choice Diski Shield that year. Went to the PSL Awards. I always tell the story, Lemmy, that we were beating our first team in practice games. That's how good we were. And at the end of the season, one club in the country offered me a contract, and that was Mamelodi Sundowns. And when I walked into Kloorkop, Pitso Mosemani was standing there, and you can't tell the big man no. So, that's how it came about, bro. So I enjoyed a good 3 years there, 4 years, and also great family there, professionalism, like best of the best there.
Okay. It's time to go back into the fire. I hope this question is going to send you into the fire.
Need to make them hard.
Okay, cool. The next question is, who scored the winning goal in the 1996 AFCON final?
Oh, wow. You see now you're taking it to before I was born. Just hold on. Let me think about the team firstly. That's tough.
And it's such an obvious answer that it's hard to remember,
Yeah.
but it's hard to forget at the same time.
But it can only be 2 players, right?
Okay.
Am I getting there? It can only be 2 players. Right?
Okay.
Benny McCarthy?
Is that your answer?
Yes.
Or
Yes, that's my answer.
Okay. Benny McCarthy is incorrect. It was actually Mark Williams.
Oh, wow. I told you. Okay. I need
Get
to
into
take
the
one.
fire, my brother.
Oh, wow. Let me take this. I hope you guys didn't make it too spicy. Yeah? It's still early in the morning.
It's not bad.
My stomach is not ready for this, man. Let me
It's
take
not
a
bad.
small piece.
It's not bad.
No, I'll be fine. I'm used to the spice. Are you guys zooming in? You
Yo,
better be zooming in.
I can smell it from here, guys. Like it's, I don't know if I. You can smell it.
What is this? Let me.
It's our special concoction. Coming back into the World Cup, who do you think in this World Cup so far is standing out and making a name for himself out there?
Kuliso.
You're right there, bro.
I'm good. My throat's burning a bit. Can feel that tear coming, but it's okay. I just mustn't get another answer wrong.
Yeah.
Kuliso Mudau.
Yeah.
I looked at him last night. Very strong, let me. I looked at him last night and I realized that he's one of the best right backs in the world.
Right backs in the world, yeah.
Not just Africa, let me.
Yeah.
In the world. You can't tell me Hakimi is not the... Him and Hakimi are not on the same level, or Mudau is even better.
Yeah. Mudau's a fighter, bro.
The legs he has to go up and down. You know, he pocketed Davies last night.
Yeah. We barely saw Davies.
Let me... What is it? You guys mix this, right? This is not just Nando's hot sauce. This is something else, guys.
I mean, there's also, we've seen a lot of media attention go towards the likes of TLB, Mudau as well. How important is a stage like the World Cup for a player? You know, I mean, surely as a player, if you're at that kind of stage, whether it's the World Cup or a cup final, or, you know, you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking, hey, this is my chance to shine. This could be, you know, the opportunity for the next step in my career. How important is that for you guys?
Bro, the World Cup is probably everybody's dream. When I look at the boys yesterday, and I realize that these guys need to take it in, because we never know if we're going to play the World Cup again.
Yeah.
And again, it's the most important tournament you could ever play. I don't think Mudau is going to stay in South Africa much longer.
Yeah.
You know, it's your opportunity to go overseas.
100%.
I look at some of the comments last night. You know, the Brazilian fans, Flamengo fans, Botafogo fans, Corinthians fans, all flooding his comments. World Cup is the opportunity to make a name for yourself. And it's the biggest stage ever in football. And it's everybody's dream. So it's the most important step, you know, or platform to shine on to go to the next step, bro.
And there was, like you mentioned, Hugo Bruce's comments about his statue being built in wood. A lot of criticism towards the squad that he chose to go to the World Cup. More defenders than there are midfielders and attackers. What are your thoughts on that?
Difficult question, huh? Because after the first game, I was a bit worried when he started with 5 at the back. I didn't really understand his approach. It kind of made sense that he went with 11 defenders and started with 5 at the back. So he obviously came with a defensive approach. But, I mean, he did the best that he could. I think his team choice was good. I don't think there was anybody there that, you know, shouldn't have been there. I think the squad looked good. I looked at our squad yesterday with Tebza in. Squad looked well-rounded. It looked good. I know some people complained about a few notable names that they wanted in the squad, but I think Hugo picked the best squad he could possible, the most fit squad possible. And again, I don't see anything wrong with his choices. And again, he's going to take the decision as the coach, and he knows what he wants from his players. I think he put some players on the bench this World Cup that could have started. So again, I think his player choice was okay. It was good. And I think we did an okay job. We can't hate ourselves on getting through to the round of 32, man. We did a good job.
Bringing it back to your career, who do you think was the toughest player you've ever come across on the pitch to play against?
Sure. It's very tough because I played against a lot of good. I played against Mudau as well in training many times.
Yeah.
Good player. But I think I'm going to tell you a story.
Yeah.
It might not be the best player I've ever played against, but it was just this one day where he caught me. And it was Gaston Serino.
Yeah.
In training, my first day at Sundowns.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit unfit coming back from off-season.
Yeah.
Gaston Serino, I just couldn't mark him. He runs under my shoulders, difficult to mark. So he's one of the best players I played against.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, man. We played against any overseas teams as well. Yeah, I would say Gaston that day specifically. That's the only one I can think of right now. But yeah, I'll give you another one later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to sign one former teammate to 21 Media, who would that be and why?
Oof. Wow. So many, huh?
Yeah.
There's so many good players, man. Oof. But we work with a lot of them. So to sign them now, let's say Njabulo Blom.
Yeah.
He's one of my good teammates.
Yeah.
He likes his off-the-pitch stuff as well. I see into his fashion stuff as well. So, again, to bring him into the company would be great. Yeah.
You've settled in well with working with brands and stuff.
Yes.
Is it a challenge for athletes? Because it's something that I've also identified that a lot of athletes want to work with brands, and but sometimes it doesn't come off as natural as we just expect it to be. What lessons have you learned that you could probably just share with the guys who want to be in a position like yours and working with more brands?
We started this thing long ago. 8-9 years ago. We were pushing this agenda, whether it was on social media, just kind of investing in yourself. And I see a lot more athletes now working with brands and, whether doing smaller campaigns and brand deals, things like that. But again, the advice would be that you are a business. Yourself as an individual. And once you start thinking like that, the world of opportunity goes. I don't know, you probably think the same way, Lemmy. You're also a business, and so again, more multi-dimensional you can make yourself, and the more things you can do, the better. You're not just a football player. You're more than just a football player,
of
man.
Course. Speaking of 21 Media, I did say earlier, I want to find out more about what you guys do. Take us back to why it started. What's next for 21 Media?
So 21 Media, 21 is my jersey number. And it's my favorite jersey number. I started the company when I was still at Kaizer Chiefs. Very small. We started, shooting on small cameras, making personal videos for myself. Started, pushing things on social media, whether it was a Nike shoot, things like that. I think it started especially when I had my Nike deal. Imagine that, I had a Nike commercial deal before I even had a playing contract.
Wow.
I think it was like a foreshadowing of kind of what I do now, And we started on these small cameras, shooting things and just creating and posting these things on socials, whether it was training videos, things like that. And we started in the beginning, pushing it. Brands started approaching me on social media because I was doing things that was a bit different at the time, the 2017, 2018 time. Nobody was doing brand deals, things like that, pushing content like that. It kind of developed into what it is now. I would say it's been a 7-8 year journey now. The last 3 years have been, I could say, as a proper business. So we're a media production house. We take care of athletes and brands and content creators as well. We mostly work with brands. So I would say 3/4 of our business is media production. We've got a full team here in Joburg. We've got a lot of creatives that work with us worldwide as well. And then I would say the other 30% of the business is the commercial side, where we align athletes with certain brands and brands to athletes and content creators to things like that. But again, media production, creative media. And I think, if you guys see what we're doing now with the World Cup, kind of just putting our players on the right platform. I have a very big issue when I see Bafana posting the level of content this World Cup. I have a very big issue when I see things like that because, respect the boys. These
Yeah.
guys made it to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I look at the England content,
Yeah.
the guys are you know, it's inside access to their training.
Yeah.
It's all shot on proper cameras.
Yeah.
You know, it's a professional setup. And unfortunately, in South African Football Association, we've got, you know, guys with you know, cell phones recording the training and things like that. The boys are at the World Cup.
Yeah.
They deserve a
They
certain
deserve
level,
something better. Yeah.
and that's the kind of the gap that we're at. You know, and where we align, and we've kind of done that independently now during the World Cup.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, the country can see the difference that we can make for our athletes and brands and you know, football community as a whole, bro.
So another trivia question.
Yeah.
In which year did South Africa make its FIFA World Cup debut?
2002.
That is incorrect.
Oh. No ways.
That is incorrect.
Incorrect.
It was France 98.
You can see I was still a baby that time. Let me hit this again, guys.
Ah,
But seriously, I'm a bit worried about this sauce. So you need to tell me what you put inside of this. Let
Yeah,
me take a small piece, man. Oh, it's not a small piece. You guys only cut big pieces.
But at least you recovered well from the last time, bro.
Took a good 5 minutes.
Are you right?
I'm good.
Looking
Carry
back
on,
at
let
your
me-
career, what would you say were the biggest lessons that you took out from that journey?
Biggest lesson. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Understand who's around you, who's there for you. And keep the right circle around you.
Yeah.
You know, I can talk about the mentality, fighting, perseverance, those kind of things that I've learned. But
Yeah.
most important is keeping yourself calm,
Yeah.
level-headed, no matter how high you go, no matter how low you go, if you can just remain here. I think that's the best. Remaining here and keeping your circle the right way.
Yeah.
Keeping the right guys around you. That's the most important, let me. Yeah.
No, shout out, bro. You took the fire to the chest like a, you know, like a real gangster, bro. So we've got the last segment. It's called
Alright.
Fact Check.
All right.
We've Googled some stuff about you.
Okay.
And then you can let us know if these are facts or, you know,
Yeah.
if the media did you dirty with this one.
Let's hear this.
Okay, so the first one, reports indicate that there is top flight transfer
Yep.
transfer interest within the PSL, with an opportunity also being offered outside. Is that true?
That reported from some time ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that true?
That's true.
Okay. Okay. So could we see a return?
Lord knows. Lord knows. Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows, Lemmy?
Okay. Okay. Another report says after leaving Sundowns, you know, there was a bit of a hurdle securing a new club.
Yep.
You later revealed that there was communication issues with the agent.
Yes.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
I mean, on that point, you know, after what we saw with what happened with Saleng,
Yes.
it seems like there's a lot of broken telephone that happens between player, club, and agent.
Wow.
Is that a big issue that, you know, that is occurring in South African football?
It is, Lemmy. It is. I feel for the players sometimes. You know, I went through a very bad incident after I left Sundowns.
Yeah.
When my agent went missing. At the time. I won't say his name. Again, I always say he knows who he is.
Yeah.
He went missing for a good month and a half during the off-season, just before I was meant to sign. Couldn't get hold of him. And that was a very important period for me to secure a new club.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I started the season without the club.
Yeah.
And again, South Africa, there's a lot of people who say they're agents, pretend to be agents. Anybody can be a middleman. Lemmy,
Yeah.
you know.
And with those kind of guys, they're more interested in, you know, their commission.
The
than-
financial benefit.
Yeah,
That's all it is, man. And I hope there's some sort of regulation that comes in.
Yeah.
You know, I look at friends that I have in Europe that play. There's regulations for them.
Yeah.
You know, their agents, their relationships with the clubs and things like that. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another report, final
Yeah.
fact check here. You haven't officially retired from football?
That is the toughest one. I've never announced it.
Yeah.
I've never announced it. I think I'm too young to announce it. You know what? Truthfully, let me.
Yeah.
I've been so busy outside that I always say I've never officially said I would retire. Because I've always been involved in football.
Yeah.
This thing of saying you're retiring, things like that, I don't know if I'll ever get there, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a thing of naturally evolving.
Yeah.
And that's a fact. I haven't officially. So good point there, Lemmy.
Yeah.
Good
you know
point.
what?
Yeah.
Hint, hint, Pirates, you know, we might... Before we wrap this up, obviously that was the last question, but just to, you know, kind of dive deeper into that, we sat with our previous guest, and one of my questions to them is that, do you feel like South African football sort of forces players to retire once they near 30? You know, because, again, we saw it with Shoes Musheu, where he played well after 30, but the fans kind of put pressure on him to say, you know what, you're too old now, and we saw a lot of players, you know, Innocent also retired, you know, around 30. Fortune also kind of left the PSL around 30. Is there pressure from, you know, either the football fraternity or the fans once you start nearing that age?
I think it's the clubs, Lemmy. I think sometimes the clubs don't want to, like I look at certain guys that I played with that near that 33, 34 mark, they're just offering them one-year deals. You can't sustain yourself on a one-year deal, you know?
Of course.
I think that's the reason why players just retire.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Linda also announce his
just
retirement the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, he's still young, man. He's still fit. I saw him playing at the other Broscape event the other day. He was still fit, you know?
Yeah.
So again, I don't understand the football structure in the country. You know, we make our debuts late and we retire early.
Of course. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, you know. So again, I think it's just the structure of where football is at. You know, things need to change in our South African football. It really needs to change. It needs to develop. It needs to grow. Players need to play well over 35.
Yeah.
Clubs need to understand that having experience in the league is important as well as starting guys young, bringing them in at 16, 17, 18, so that they can go overseas and again. But the people at the top in football need to think like this. In the media space, commercial space as well, the guys in the top positions need to understand that there's a new generation of media, a new generation of sports media, a new generation of athletes coming into South Africa. Yeah. And I like to believe that we are at the forefront in terms of the media commercial space and the football space. The clubs need to take it that way, bro.
Yeah. No, shut up, man.
Of course, Lemmy.
I'm not going to put you to any more fire.
My lips are burned.
But thank you so much, bro. And that is it for Truth by Fire.